Hi everyone, it's Cherry Enchantress. I'm here with another pick a card reading. So our reading today is going to be called The Naked Truth. And this is kind of a message from, you can decide from the reading and the pile that you choose if it's a message from your divine counterpart, if it's a message from spirit, or a message from your higher self. So those are your choices there, and also you have the choices of piles, and you can pick more than one if you want. And if you want to see if you have multiple messages from your higher self, for spirit guides, angels, fairies, and or from your divine counterpart, your DM or your DF. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1 is like a little citrine chip. Pile 2 and pile 3 have, we've got this blue kind of stone and a green stone, and they're both stones that came from Colorado, so I don't know exactly what type of stone they are. They're just kind of in a big tub of stones to grab and put in a bag, but I just thought the coloring was so pretty. All right, so let's squeeze out all your breath. Now take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Let out your breath. Open your eyes and let your eyes drift to the pile that's meant for you. Let's begin. Okay, here's pile number 1. So we have the Pixie's Astounding Lenormand to give us some clarification, but we're going to start, and this is the Citrine chip. We're going to start off with the Flesh Tarot, which is tarot I made, that it will be available for purchase any day now. The shipment will be coming in, and you can check that out on my Etsy shop. And we also have some Faeries Oracle of Brian Froud. The fairies are extremely honest. That's why I thought they would be able to help me out in this truth. All right, so the naked truth. So there's a lot of nakedness in here, just warning you ahead of time here. So we have the Princess of Discs, and she's all about application, study, reflection, bringing some news in, rules also, and management. We'll see how all of this applies to what your naked truth might be. Then we have the Ace of Wands. So this is fortune, and this is kind of like coming from source, and this is about, wands is passion, and could be about inspiration or some kind of adventure that wants to happen here. And then finally, you have the Ten of Discs, which is really sweet. It's about, the family life. It's about, getting completion, getting everything you want. Fullness, contentment, success, gain, riches, kind of like having it all. It's happily ever after kind of thing. All right, so what is our naked truth, though? I'll let the fairies help us out in this situation. And the fairies say, the undressing of a salad. If you guys don't know anything about Brian Froud and this Fairy Oracle, it's very interesting and kind of eccentric, and just the way everything is written and described feels like you've entered the fairy world. So it's a little bit on the dark side of the fairy, though, I think. So I don't mind that either, and sometimes very honest is what I'm saying. So that's why I like it for this reading. The undressing of the salad talks about balance and avoiding extremes, but it's also achieving the impossible. Sometimes we think things could be impossible, but you can achieve the impossible, and things being possible. So I feel like the naked truth here is somebody has their mindset on this happily ever after. There can be this feeling of strength. There could be a news of this, or a proposal, or a movement towards a passion and adventure and inspiration towards this happily ever after. Like, this is kind of like dreams coming true, and having it all, and having this stability, but having the passion, and having it last, last and have a legacy. And so the undressing of the salad is saying maybe somebody out there is scared of being happy. Maybe this thought is kind of a scary thought because it's a happy thought. This is like the undressing of the salad is saying you have to make sure all the ingredients are in this salad, and sometimes there's going to be multiple ingredients, good and bad, but together it makes a tasty whole, right? And it's also saying time to turn bad luck into good luck. Sometimes it has a lot to do with your perception of things. So the advice here from the fairies is just have cool judgment, and you'll come out the winner. Because sometimes out of chaos you can create miracles. So that's what I mean. There's no chaos in these first two cards, but sometimes there is kind of innate in happiness is sometimes there's doubt, there's fears. And so don't be afraid of being happy, okay? So to clarify a little bit, we've got from the Astounding Pixie, we've got the garden. And the garden is talking about gatherings and 20. And I like that 20 in Roman numerals is an X and an X, so it's like, twins there. So this is saying this could be happening, something exciting, because this is a message coming in. Something exciting could be happening on the 20th of some month or in 20 days. So there's something there. So far, I'm getting the sense that this is from your... This is a message from your either your divine masculine or your counterparts. And so lastly, we have the oracle message, the wisdom of the oracle, which is soulmates again. All right, and I didn't do this on purpose, of course. I let it flip out. Now I'm going to zoom in real closely so you can see. Now I did have a comment about the female here looking decapitated. It could be the male putting the head on the female, but yeah, I think this is the woman's side and that's the men's side. So look very carefully, or the masculine and the feminine. See, her head is resting kind of on his heart, or just on his chest, and this is kind of a symbol of unity here, all right? All of these are like little hearts floating around, and it's just this feeling of contentment and unity, okay? And so the soulmate message here, and this kind of is reflected a lot in this card, and except this card has a child in it, which talks about legacy. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll have a child together, but you could, or you could share a family, or you could create a legacy together. You're meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others, and certain people enter your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. There's this, sometimes when you meet this person that feels like, do I know you? Who are you? You have this amazing strong pull towards them, and then also at times you might be repulsed by them. You might have an aversion to them too. So that can be common, If any of you out there have read romance novels, you know that most of those couples start off fighting until they find the common ground and they realize, and also they have to get over a lot of miscommunications and misperceptions and things like that in order to finally come together. And it's about your personal growth as well. And so, no matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. They are your greatest gifts. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely coming from your divine counterpart, male or female, and masculine or feminine. So let's take a look at your charms and see what we can get. Okay, I'm gonna mix a few up and dribble them in my cute little bell. Let's see what we got. All right, we got the genie. So wishes coming true. We've got, well, we can either look at the 4 or the 1. I feel like 4 was kind of coming out and it's just kind of sitting to the side there. You have the bells. So could be wedding bells or some kind of celebration though that came out, right? The in the garden. The garden is celebration, some kind of maybe an outdoor celebration. We've got the key. We've got the key to things here. You got the little bunny, so that to me is like sexuality. And the bicycles are getting out and exercising. You got a few exercise things like working on your spirit as well as your physical appearance. You're a star. And I think the star is within reach. There's love here. There's the boat, which is like full steam ahead. I'm not sure if that's just a steamboat or a paddle boat, but it looks like the wind is moving it very quickly. So, and the rose is like a gift and also having to do with beauty. So that's really sweet. Like, so I feel like the message from the naked truth here from your divine counterpart is, are you feeling like we could be together? And does that feeling make you feel scared? And I mean, does that happiness, the thought of that kind of happiness, that the extreme fulfillment of your heart make you feel scared? Well, it's understandable. That's kind of the naked truth right there, that can make you feel a little bit scared. But and if you guys also just want to throw out shout out to Natasha at Journey into the Light. She has her twin flame readings out right now for January, and that was one of a key thing that I think that I picked up on, this fear of happiness kind of thing. Sometimes that happens when it's approaching us, when it's coming towards us, we get a little freaked out, right? So don't let that freak you out. Open your heart, let it come to you, and there you go. Yeah, just do things that you can work on, ride your bike, go work out, things like that, keep yourself happy and occupied and stuff, but make sure you focus on those wishes. All right, I'm going to move on to the next. I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Okay, here we have pile number 2 with this cute little blue rock. And we have the Pixie's Astounding Lenormand for some clarification. And first we're going to start off with the Flesh Tarot for the question of what is the naked truth. Because there's a lot of nakedness in the Flesh Tarot, so if that bothers you, then you might not want to watch it, but be prepared, naked people. So first we have the King of Discs, which is a beautiful naked back, and not just bare, but it's strong. There's a strong muscle tone, and it's not just strength of the flesh, but it's strength of purpose and intent and desire. So I feel like this king here, he's a very courageous person. He's successful. He's devoted, committed. He could be a provider, just a stable, and he has a strong back. Basically, it's like, and he would have your back too, and be supportive of you, that kind of thing. Now, the fact that his back is turned to you could be a part of this naked truth. What's going on here? So here we have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is kind of another kind of like turning the back. It's like turning and moving in a different direction. This is parting, seeking, maybe a journey, walking away. Another interesting idea from, meaning of this could be modesty or timidity or feeling dejected, like feeling like undeserving of something, or that a person's not going to get what they want, that kind of thing. Especially if the sense here is that say the masculine, put yourself where you see yourself, but say the masculine is turning their back towards the feminine, then the feminine could be thinking, well, I'm just going to walk away, kind of thing. That's possible. let's see what the next card is. So we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is happy, a good card. It's about fame, actually. It's admiration and recognition and those kinds of things. It's like the champion coming in, it's victory. But because we have Lady Godiva here and she's taking a very modest pose, this emphasizes to me a certain modesty here. And then it makes me think that there could be a desire to, a wanting of admiration and recognition and fame. But this is saying that you already have it, or somebody already has it here. There's already recognition and fame. And it's also saying that some news might be coming in, and there's hope in the situation. So maybe it's all about a perception here. There's a person here, which is probably you, and I'm feeling that this is going to be a message from Spirit to you, that you're famous, or you're recognized, or you're beloved, you're cared about, but you're sensing that this person here has turned their back on you, which they haven't. They have actually just been showing you that they have a strong back, basically, which is a different way of looking at it. Okay, so let's see what these fairies say about it. So this is Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle, which is very humorous, interesting, eccentric, and very honest too. So let's see. For the truth, I like the honest fairies. And then here we have Ilby the Retriever. So this is the Office of Unclaimed Property, Hopes, and Wishes. So it's kind of like saying, yeah, your hopes and wishes are coming true. It's right there. You just haven't gone to go pick it up, Go get your key and open that lockbox. This is also about loyalty. This guy, Ilby, this little fairy dude, he safeguards lost hopes and forgotten dreams, and also mislaid keys. This is just speaking of keys. So if you misplace things around the house, or if your pets help the fairies misplace things around the house, Ilby can help you find it again. So what Ilby's trying to tell you is a long-awaited dream is at last arriving on the scene. So now it's time to open your hearts and minds to it, okay? So you might be perceiving this in the wrong way. Your hopes and dreams are coming to fruition. They are coming true. Let's see what your Pixie's Astounding Lenormand has to say to clarify. And you've got the ship. The ship is great. The ship is about movement. It's a possible trip, a journey. Like this one is also kind of a journey, even though it looks more like fleeing the scene instead of an actual premeditated move. It is about taking a trip, or moving into a new direction, or this could be about long distance and maybe a long distance relationship, or this could be about career as well, traveling for your career, whatever. But and it could also be about fame and how your personality reaches so many people, So a lot of things like that. Also, it is the number 3, which is can talk about 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months, or the month of March. So something could be happening significant for you soon, or at least by March. All right, so finally we have the Oracle, the Wisdom of the Oracle here, and you've got tick-tock. So this is a nice timing thing. I think what happens, sometimes we trick our minds to get a little, to be confused about a situation, because sometimes time plays tricks on us, right? Sometimes it feels like it's lasting forever, and then you start to go into doubt mode. So tick-tock is, and also I think this is cool because it's 30, so it could be 3, added down to 3, or the 30th of the month, but 3 is popped up again here. So a lot of us, or most of us, think time is kind of like linear. The past is behind us and the future is in front of us. But what if that isn't true? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order is happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire. So release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Everything's coming to you just at the right time. And it's like right now, that's what this is saying. Also what Ilby is saying, that you already have everything. You have the fame and stuff. You just have to acknowledge it in a different way. Don't be so modest about it, you know? And finally, it'll be saying, or the TikTok is saying, miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So this is the second group that talks about miracles. The naked truth here is miracles can happen for all three piles. But in this specific pile, I think this is a message from Spirit saying, you know, you have to change your focus a little bit. You're looking at it in kind of a lack way, I think, instead of being excited about your prestige, your recognition. Also, maybe there's somebody out there wanting you to recognize them, that kind of thing. And so don't turn your backs on people. Don't put your head down. Sometimes you get the wrong kind of message out of those body gestures, those movements. So basically the body poses kind of are misinterpreted, right? Now, that could also mean that the things that you say could be misinterpreted too. So there you go. Go out there and retrieve those riches and treasures that Ilby has for you. Don't let go of your hopes and dreams. They can come true and miracles can happen according to the right time. So let's see what your charms have to say. So we got this nice little shell here. And I'll just dribble some charms in there and see what goes on. Okay, so you have the ducky. That means some sexuality is about to happen here. We've got Asia, only time will tell, TikTok. And we've got liberty. So free yourself from these outdated ways of thinking. You've got the 2 bicycles. And I love this because it's kind of like, riding together with, or sometimes this could be like casting the shadow. Like, so yeah, there's a shadow, a light side and a shadow side to situations. And yeah, I understand, but Spirit is saying here, look on the bright side kind of thing. You have the key. See, you have the key to that lockbox to get out your treasures, your hopes, and your dreams. And your key's not lost. It'll be found it for you. You might have a good idea, and that idea is within reach. So, yeah, your ideas are within reach, and you're within... Look! You've got the wreath, which I associate with the 6 of Wands, because it's like, the famous person coming in. It's like being heralded. It's being like praised, and hey, she's here. And you've got the solid heart. I feel like you're misinterpreting this masculine over here. He has a solid heart. He is the King of Pentacles, of discs. So, there's pumpkin here and bells again. Wedding bells, some kind of celebration coming up, some kind of a wake-up call as well, like could be alarm bells. There's a karmic balance happening here, and this to me is about good luck and fortune, and the tree of health and the tree of life and connectivity. So yeah, I feel like your message might be from Spirit, and it's all about the naked truth in your situation is that, yeah, you have this fame and you have these hopes and dreams and wishes that you have, and this recognition that you're looking for, it's already there. It's already yours. You already have it. People in your life are supporting you, even though if you can't see it and it's not direct. There's strength there. There's a very strong heart there that's taking care of you and their feelings for you and their thoughts. And eventually things might get a little ducky. All right, I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. Comment. Tell me what else you'd like to see. And I'm moving on to the next. All right, and here's pile number 3 with a little green rock. And we have Pixie's Astounding Lenormand for clarification. We're going to start off with the Flesh Tarot for finding out the naked truth, because there's a lot of nakedness in the Flesh Tarot. And so just warning you ahead of time, if you don't want to see nakedness, don't watch. But there's naked people here. All right, so first we've got the beautiful Queen of Cups. So she's all about, she's a woman of love. She's somebody who could have like psychic abilities. She's empathetic at the very least, and a very giving, loving person. That could be you or somebody you're thinking about. Then we have the 3 of Discs here. So 3 of Discs is about timing. This is like well, this is actually about collaboration, actually, and it's creativity and it's co-creation. So it's like people coming together, 2 or more people coming together, usually 3 people coming together, or 2 people coming together to create a third thing. But it's usually about a group creating something, or one person creating and 2 people admiring, kind of thing. But in general, it's about a collaboration and maybe a project or something that's being worked on. And then we have the 7 of Discs. So this is like the pretty little baby that I just had to add to this deck. And what this one is the timing one. And so the timing here, a lot of times this is depicted by a man or woman, like just standing there looking at like maybe fruit on a bush or something like that. So the timing is like you can be, that person can be standing there watching it grow, which would take a while if you just stood there the whole time watching it grow. But it's also taking a look at the fruits of your labor, so to speak. This is talking about waiting until something is ripe before you pick it, so that's why it's timing. And this is also about treasures, So here we have an infant, and this represents creation, So this could be about having a baby in the right time and fertility and things like this. This could be about a collaboration, which brings about this beautiful project and that blooms into your life. So I feel like something really beautiful is about to bloom into your world, and it could be literally a baby, or it could be a baby of a project or something like that. So let's see if we can get some more clarification about this naked truth from the Faeries of the Oracle. This is Brian Froud's Faeries Oracle, and it's very humorous and interesting and a little bit eccentric, and also very honest. So I thought for the truth, to get to the truth of the matter, we can rely on the fairies. And we have the Pook. The Pook is interesting. This is a shape changer, okay? And so the Pook is talking about seeing the good and bad and the bad and good. This is paradoxes, and in general, it's about resolution. The Pook might try to confuse you, so a lot of you can have like a foggy attitude about, or kind of blurred attitude or about what's happening in your life, and not see the good in it, or the potential, the potential of all this hard work and this collaboration could turn into something really beautiful. And, you put the love into it, so it should turn out beautifully. The Pook is also, so the Pook in general just tries to confuse. But it's the best thing for you to do is just think about it, because the information is available. And it's also Spirit saying that, or your higher self. I feel like this might be a message from your higher self. Your higher self is saying that a clear understanding is coming. And all you have to do is just kind of like sit with yourself and listen to your higher self. And you might want to make a list of pros and cons to a situation that you're having in a project or romance or whatever it could be. But realize that everything has a mixture of good and bad in them. And so don't let your negative thoughts sour the experience or blind you to the truth, because the truth could be a happy outcome. It could be a happy thing. Just because there's a positive outcome doesn't mean that it can't be true, right? So the truth can be happy. Of course it can. Miracles can happen. So the Pook sometimes wants to cloud our minds or confuse us or distract us or make us feel uncertain. Also, it kind of reminds me a little bit of my dad. And just tell you a real quick story. But my dad, I don't know why, but something in his life wasn't going right. And so he believed, he put up the Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will. I mean, he was just really into the negative. He even repeated it like that a lot. Negative. And he would put up signs about negative and pessimism. And for him, it was like comfort to go to the negative place. Like that for him was okay, because that was realistic. So he would tell me that he wasn't being negative, he was being realistic. And maybe I was being too optimistic, or too, maybe I was being unrealistic, in my optimism, that kind of thing. My mother was also even more optimistic than me. And I just never understood what the draw to him was to be in negative mode, and how that did him any good, right? Like, is that working for you? So don't do that if it's not working for you. It's not, if what you want is this project to be created, then believe that it can be so, because it can. So let's see what your Pixie's Astounding Lenormand has to say to clarify this. And you've got the moon. Okay, so this is interesting, because the moon in traditional tarot is about, confusion, sometimes cloudiness. But the moon in the Lenormand actually is recognition and fame. So it's kind of funny. And in a romantic sense, it's about somebody wooing you. And this is also about honor. And in a love sense, it could be a poetic storybook kind of love. And it's also suggesting pay attention to moon cycles and how they affect you. And a big moon cycle coming up is this eclipse that we're having. And the eclipse is, I'm going to do a whole eclipse reading, but the eclipse is coming on the 10th. Also, just so you know, today, January 5th, if you're watching it on January 5th, this is the perihelion, where the Earth is closest approach to the sun. So some of you might be feeling a little bit warmer than usual because of this phenomenon. So yeah, these experiences, these lunar activities and all kinds of things, cycles and such, can make a big difference in our lives. But back to the moon. So it is recognition and fame and high priestess. So ultimately, this is saying you're the high priestess. Deep down inside, that's why I'm thinking this is a higher self kind of thing. Your high priestess, your higher self is telling you that what's real and what's not real in this situation. So the naked truth is it's something that you already know. You know what the truth is. So all you have to do is sit still with yourself, talk to your higher self and let that truth come to you, and you'll get the right messages here, because the moon is about that. Okay, and so final card here we've got from the Wisdom of the Oracle. You've got a new life. So new life is talking about spring awakening, and it feels joyful, and there's a lot of excitement. Maybe something's happening for spring for you. Oh, and I didn't, with the moon, I didn't go into the timing here in the moon. But so timing for the moon, it could be evening or something to do with the moon cycles. And then, so new life is saying maybe springtime something. But spring is a time where nature's in full promise and miracles beckon to all of us. So now, third pile is talking about miracles. New ideas inspire you, and new opportunities bring you to hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Let your light shine. This is a time of good fortune. So that's beautiful. It's a time of good fortune. So let's see what your charms have to say. Okay, mix them up over here. Get a little handful and put them in my shell. All right, let's see what we've got. So we've got the sun. That's nice. Sun's about happiness, the light, clarity. I mean, the light shining on things and giving you clarity where you need it the most. You've got why. Why is like, yeah, why is this happening? You're going to find out why. You've got, all three piles got bells. So wedding bells, church bells, alarm bells. Interesting. I like that. The bells. Somebody out there can comment what they think the bells is talking about. We've got a couple of dates here, though. Let's see. We've got the 27th of some month, the 4th of a month, or the 4th month, like March. This could be March 27th. Something could be happening in a week. We've got, yes, one of my new ones, the whisk. Okay, so, and some of the other readings, it was like, I was talking about salad, right? All the ingredients of a salad. This, too, is like, everything has good and bad in it. And sometimes you just have to whisk it all together and not put so much in, focus on the negative. Just realize everything has a little bit of both, So we have Santa Claus, so gift bringer. Ooh, so maybe a gift, some kind of gift's coming towards you. You got a nice, stable, steady situation. Here's nighttime. So something's definitely significant will happen in the evening for you. We have angel wings here protecting you. We have the Operation Lifesaver. Sometimes I see this as a pause, wait before you go again. But also it could mean, and it's kind of like warning bells too, like the bells. But it could also mean you might be saving somebody's life, or your kindness, your ability, your inspiration, something that you're going to create might save a life, or maybe a life is being born to you. You've got the Divine Masculine here. So the unicorn talks about the Divine Masculine, and you have the I can't pick it up. Okay, but yeah, this is the two flowers with the heart in the middle. So this is my twin flame, one of my twin flame symbols. I have a few, but not a lot. So, whenever it comes out, it's very symbolic. The unicorn is the only unicorn, though, and so that's very symbolic that the Divine Masculine is here. So the naked truth to you could be that you are in collaboration with somebody who's very important to you, and maybe this person is definitely your twin flame. Maybe you're wondering and you let the clouds kind of cloud your thought process and make you doubt things, but kook maybe clouded your thoughts, but don't let kook do this to you. Just because it's in the evening doesn't mean that it's hidden. It's just in the evening. You've got the sun here to shine the light on it. So it's something that's in the evening that can go into the daytime, but you're going to get clarity. So the truth here is you have the clarity within you, and you're going to get the clarity. And so whatever your question is, whatever it is, it could be about a career situation, but if it's about love, then I think the answer is yes, this is your twin flame. So, okay. All right, so that's one question answered. It could be other ones, but basically the naked truth here is you know the answer. Deep down inside, you are the high priestess and you know. Okay, I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Feel free to comment below. Let me know what other subject matter you'd like me to address. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love that. And yeah, check out my Etsy store and the other links below. If you're interested in a private reading, please reach out to me at my email address, which will be in the description box. Have a lovely rest of your day. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.